Can hardwood flooring be refinished? Absolutely. Whether it's engineered or solid, you can refinish it 1,000,000 times. You'll go in some stores and they'll say, oh, this engineered floor can be refinished 5 times or 8 times or 10 times, like that's some sort of judge of the quality of it. You can refinish any hardwood floor 1,000,000 times because refinishing is actually the scuffing and reapplying of finish on top of the wood. You should not generate 1 iota, 1 gram of sawdust when you refinish a floor. You're not sanding the floor. You're just scuffing the surface, cleaning it, reapplying it to get rid of all the surface scratches in it, okay? That being said, if you bought a pre-finished floor that has aluminum oxide, one, it's going to be very, very difficult to scratch that existing surface because aluminum oxide doesn't scratch.
That's what it was designed to do.
That's what it's designed to keep from doing. 2, the finish that you apply on top of that aluminum oxide finish is going to not be near as good as what you had, okay? You're going backwards. I personally wouldn't do it. Now, some people consider sanding refinishing. Those are 2 completely different things. If you've got a lot of dents or cracks, you just floor, it's an old house, you pulled up the carpet, you've got this old floor, you want to sand it, absolutely, have at it. Sand the whole floor. Now we're not only cutting off that finish that was on there, the clear stuff, we're also cutting part of the wood. It's got some dents and gouges, so we want to sand the whole floor, maybe cut 10, 15, 20 thousandths off the whole floor and get back to an almost new floor. Yes, do that, stain it the color you want, and then apply your urethane. All floors can be doing that. Even an engineered floor, you can sand them. It depends on how thick the wear layer, or not wear layer, the lamello or the veneer top. How thick is that? You can't sand deeper than that, obviously, and I would never sand more than half the thickness of that. So if you don't know how thick it is, if you've got a wood floor, maybe you can pull up where a vent is and look at it. Find some place, maybe go into a closet somewhere where you can see the end of that board so you'll know how much to cut it.
And most people are talking about changing the color, so obviously you'd be talking about removing the stain.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very difficult because stain soaks.
That's that open-ended question. How many times as many times you like? Refinish it the rest of your life.
Right.
How many times can I change colors? Depends on how deep that stain actually.
Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to sand a stain out. What you can do though is cut all the finish off and you can go with a darker color.
Yes.
You can't go lighter. Now, something I don't know about, there are some finishes like the old pickling, where those are
whitewashing.
Yeah, you're almost whitewashing it. So there are some stains that you can apply to that are topical, and they would lighten it up without doing that. That's the only answer I would have. But you need to check with a stain or a paint professional for that.